Now let's head towards the Senbon Torii Gates. This is Caede, your guide. There is a shrine office next to the main shrine that sells charms and other items. Of course, the Ema, which is a votive tablet, at the Fushimi Inari Taisha, is in the shape of the famous Torii Gates. It's beautiful. On these Ema, the wishes of visitors are written. If you want to buy one to take home as a souvenir, you can do so at the shrine office. We walked up the stairs through the torii gate, guarded by a pair of foxes holding a scroll and a treasure bowl each. As we pass by the small shrine buildings, we see a large, magnificent torii gate. There are many more torii gates behind us, but we haven't yet passed through the most famous road, the Senbon Torii Gates. Let's keep walking under the large torii gates. By the way, do you know when people started donating torii gates to the Fushimi Inari? Around the beginning of the Edo period, a kimono shop in Edo, what is now Tokyo, was experiencing a slump in business. They prayed to a branch of the Fushimi Inari, and their business flourished soon after. With that story, the belief in Inari spread throughout Japan. It is said that people started donating torii gates to thank the god for granting their wishes. But it wasn't until the early 1900s that the number of torii gates increased to larger levels. In fact, until the Meiji Restoration, this land was under the direct control of the Edo shogunate. At that time, matsutake mushrooms, which are still very popular among Japanese people, grew wild in this area. The shogunate wanted to keep the pricey mushrooms for themselves, so they closed the area to the general public. It is said that the number of torii gates exploded in the Meiji era, when everyone was allowed to come and go as they pleased. But the number of torii gates increased so much that building new gates was banned in 1924. Until that time, people were free to build their own torii gates. We are almost in front of the Senbon torii gates, where many small torii gates are lined up on both sides. The literal translation of Senbon torii is thousand gates, but it doesn't mean that there really are 1,000. It simply means that there are a lot of torii gates. Yes, indeed. Please walk on the right side here, and thank you for your cooperation. The Senbon torii gates look different on the way up and down. On the way up, you will see a series of vermilion torii gates, but if you look at the backside of the gates, you can see the names of the donators and the dates written in Japanese kanji characters. So it's beautiful to look at them on the way back. After passing through the Senbon torii gates, you will see the Okunoin. It is said that the god of good harvest descended on Mount Inari on the rear, and the Okunoin was built to worship this mountain. The votive tablets here have a funny fox face on them. In the back of the Okunoin, there are two lanterns, and on top of the lanterns, there is a stone called Omokaru Ishi, or heavy and light stone. This stone can be lifted, and you can read your fortune according to your feeling when you lift it. It is said that if it feels light when you lift it, your wish will come true soon, and if it feels heavy, It will take some time for your wish to be granted. Each of them must weigh between 5 and 7 kilograms, so be careful when you lift them. I couldn't lift them at all. To the left of the Okunoin, there's another path. If you have time, please go there. The torii gates go on and on. I'm going up a little bit to reach Yotsutsuji. It's a bit of a climb, but the view from the top is beautiful. There are about 4,500 torii gates on Mount Inari. The Fushimi Inari Taisha is currently in charge of them, but anyone can apply to have one erected. In the old days, people would make a wish, and when it came true, they would donate a larger torii. But nowadays, many people donate torii gates when they establish a company or on family anniversaries. If you look at the back of the torii, you can see the name and the date it was donated. So, if you understand Japanese, please take a look. Now, these torii, of course, are not free of charge to erect. They are managed by the shrine. The fee depends on the size and where it is placed. The smallest one is called size 5, with a pillar diameter of 15 centimeters and costs 210,000 yen. This is the size of the gates of the Senbon torii. The largest size, number 10, has a pillar with a diameter of 30 centimeters and starts at 1,600,000 yen. The shrine will take care of the number 10 torii for 10 years, but the smaller ones only last 4 to 5 years. They are made of wood, so eventually the wood rots and the gates fall over. Now that the Fushimi Inari is so popular, there's actually a waiting list for the donation of a torii. Every spring, the shrine conducts a survey of all the donated torii gates to determine if they are in danger of falling over, and then contact the owners of the gate to see if they would like to repair and keep them. If they find someone who abandons their gate, they build new gates there and find people who want to donate them. Of course, it's a lot of work to repair or build a new torii gate because you have to remove the existing one. I happen to be able to see them taking care of the torii gate like this. It must be hard to manage such a large amount of torii gates. It's true that the wood is rotten at the spots where it's underground. As we climb higher and higher, the contrast between the vermilion torii gates and the nature is beautiful. And there are fewer people here than at the bottom. Let's keep going up. We arrived at Yotsutsuji, where the scenery is beautiful. From here, you can see the city of Kyoto. In order to protect the townscape, including historical buildings, the city of Kyoto now has laws that prevent tall buildings over 60 meters from being built. So there are no tall buildings at all. The only buildings that are taller than 60 meters are Kyoto Station, the Kyocera Headquarters Building, and Hotel Okura. There's also a small tea shop, so please take a break here and go. On the way down, you can see the words written on the torii gates. Taking this opportunity, when you get back to the Senbon torii gate, don't forget to look at the backside of the gates as you walk back to the main shrine.